Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is RRPG here, and welcome back to RRPG Livestream, where we're going to get back on track with Trails of Cold Steel 2 on the PC. In the previous episode, we managed to make our way from, what's the name of that place? Legram, and then we went all the way towards Berea Hard. And hopefully, in today's episode, we will finally get Eustace Alberea, the last member of Class 7, to finally join our cause. And hopefully, it'll be a great one for you all tonight. So, for those of you who are joining in on the live stream for the first time, I do live streams based on Japanese role-playing games mostly, and with Trails of Cold Steel 2 being one of those games. And if you like those types of games, then you can definitely follow me here on my Twitch page. And you can also catch me on the weekdays where I'm doing something completely different, which are mostly games from other genres and all that other good stuff. And they are ones that I really do enjoy from my childhood, and ones that I really come to like when it comes to specific themes. Like, since this is the month of October, I am doing a bunch of horror-based themed games, or that of the supernatural or surreal, and I will have something different for you all on Monday night. But for the time being, we are going to be playing Trails of Cold Steel 2 for this episode, and we're going to be playing a little catch-up, since I did end up not going into Trails of Cold Steel 2 yesterday night because of IRL things and all that other jazz. But let's get that game loaded up, and we will finally get started. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope you all are having a great time tonight, and hopefully you caught me and the Geek Fighters as we did our live stream of Ghostbusters the video game on the PC, which came out in 2009 by Terminal Reality, the one that with the visuals being based off the movie series, the Ghostbusters. So, yeah, we had a lot of fun when we did that. But in today's play session, we are doing this game. But yeah, anyway, the reason why I did not live stream last night was because there was IRL stuff that I was taking care of, and mainly because I had a relative who came over from out of state, and I wanted to catch up time with her, so we ended up, spending the night with watching... not watching, but, just talking and doing some fun things with me and the family, and that was pretty much, what all, I wrote during that time. But, anyway, also just wanted to say that, from what I was, doing yesterday, that, with all that I was working on, it was kind of hard for me to actually get to work on doing any more live streams, for the matter. So, in my defense, I ended up just doing stuff with her and decided to cancel the stream. Now, tonight, we will actually be playing some catch-up, and Jeff, I saw your post, and thank you very much, dude. Greatly means a lot. I don't think we want to go to the Noble District quite just yet, because I'm pretty sure that there is going to be trouble that's going to be brewing at the Noble District if we try to go in there. But, we would try to go to Eustace Alberea's estate, but no, we're not going to do that quite just yet. So we're going to leave this area for the time being, and we need to actually find... Yeah, that's the person we need to talk to. This elderly lady here who is right by the sewers, that is the last... this is the last person who we want to talk to in order to complete the missable side quests that are around here in Berea Hard, because just like every place in every Trails game, specifically in the Trails of Cold Steel series, that there's always going to be some missable quests that you will not even think that you would be able to do otherwise, and this is definitely another one of those. And I do apologize if you hear some noise in the background. But anyways, it seems like we can offer her to help out this lady, and she seems to be losing a pet of some type. A pet that goes by the name of Bootsy, either a dog or most likely a cat. So this is another pet fetch quest. And we were in the Noble District at the time, but he disappeared while I was nodding off. I never saw which way he went. If he followed the path out of the district, he would have ended up in the Central Plaza, but... So we're going in blind. Finding him may prove to be an issue then. Yeah, it's not like we understand how a cat's mind works either. So yeah, it is definitely another cat hunt. So that's nothing new. We definitely experienced that in the previous game, but looks like Celine thought we were actually talking about her with the cat hunt, and she was kind of taking offense to that. She's like, "Don't you even dare!" Well, you do seem like you've had an idea or two. Seriously now, you're comparing me to your run-of-the-mill cat? Ugh, humans. You're worried about him as well, though, aren't you? With your help, I'm certain we'll be able to find him. Fine, fine. Yes, this mighty fine feline, she's gonna help us out. Alright, so the one thing I can say for sure is that kittens are always moved by their curiosity. He's probably too young to be especially cautious too, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's left a trail for us to follow. Don't expect me to do all the work here, by the way. Think about what you'd do if you were a kitten. Right, time to let out my inner cat and get started then. We'll start our search around here, ma'am, and we'll be sure to tell you right away if we find him. Thank you so much. So, Missing Kitten is the name of the quest, so this ought to be a lot of fun. And so, for those of you who've been watching my streams during this past week, I have actually been doing some that are based on horror-based and the supernatural and surreal, whereas on Monday, this past Monday night, I ended up playing Super Castlevania 4 to give it a start, and then on Thursday night, I played Resident Evil 2 Leon's campaign, and I was kind of hoping that would go well, but unfortunately it didn't seem like everybody was catching on to that, which kind of made me sad, but, you know, I can't really blame everybody for them not being able to make it, but hey, if you guys want to watch it, it is archived on my, I wouldn't say it's archived yet on my Twitch page, but it will also be archived on my YouTube page coming up pretty soon as well. Oh geez, I forgot that boss battle we were in with Reen in the previous episode. When we were in the sewer, so I'm definitely going to need to actually get that taken care of to where I can actually, you know, heal him up again.
Let's go.
But yeah, so yeah, I've been playing those games on my Twitch channel, and I do plan on doing more since we are still in the month of October, and I'm kind of thinking that either this Monday I want to do, probably go into Devil May Cry 2, or I want to do something completely different, like do another horror-based retro series, kind of like Ghosts and Goblins or something like that. But I would rather play Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins on the PSP because that is a more well-tuned game in my eyes.
All right.
But we'll see. But yeah, if you think I'm going to be, you know, getting done with doing the whole, you know, horror-based games for the month of October, then think again. So that ought to be a lot of fun when we get to that.
Leave it to me.
And for those of you who do like RPGs, you're probably noticing some similarities between this and the Lunar games that were originally done by Game Arts. And truth be told, the people who actually worked on the Lunar games, they originally came from Nihon Falcom, which is where the Legend of Heroes series comes from, which, you know, we're playing Trails of Cold Steel 2, which is what, you know, the company that made the game, they created this series. So, yeah, just a little FYI for your guys' information. But just thought I'd just drop that little tidbit there. I mean, if you guys like the Lunar games, the ones that were on like the PlayStation, like Lunar Silver Star Story Complete and Lunar 2 Eternal Blue Complete, then this game definitely follows that gameplay structure to the T, and it is pretty good.
You still have a lot of training to do.
And this game definitely reminds me of that quite a lot as well. And I really do like the Lunar games. Excluding Dragon Song, of course, that was on the Nintendo DS. I mean, seriously, who in the right mind thought that game, where it was a good idea, whenever you run, your MP or your magic points end up becoming expended? That doesn't make any sense. It's like, just make a good game. Don't worry about stupid gimmicks like that to where they could actually hurt the experience, because that whole thing, it really did hurt the experience with me trying to get through, like, the game. Like, I never even beat the game, mind you, but still, it was just a poorly executed piece of work.
Training to do.
And this game, it's definitely, you know, still retains the basics of what makes that gameplay really great. And even from the past Trails games as well, even though with every new game in the Trail series, they do tend to add in a few new bells and whistles from time to time, which I don't mind. I think it only adds more to the gameplay. So right now, for those of you who are wondering, we are currently doing the side quests right now before we actually go and find out where Eustace Alberea is located. And finding Eustace Alberea, hopefully that'll actually turn out to be a very fruitful event. But anything could go south. But it just seems like that's the case. Anything could go south whenever it comes to a game. I mean, it definitely was the case for me when I was playing Super Castlevania 4 back on Monday night. And truth be told, that won't be the only Castlevania game that I'll do a live stream series on while we have the month of October upon us, which I am heavily thinking about doing a live stream series on both Dracula X Chronicles as well as Symphony of the Night. But I haven't fully decided yet, but it is being highly likely considered. Alright, Detector Beta can now be used, and it's a support one, analysis, balance down type of ability, and it analyzes a foe's weakness and making it easier to unbalance them as well. Interesting. Now we need to find out where this putty cat is hiding. Because, yeah, this way will take us back to Keldic, and there's a chance the Provincial Army will be stationed nearby. Indeed, it's likely a means to keep an eye on the 4th Division, so we should be heading back. So, yeah, looks like we didn't find the kitty cat over here, so we need to head back into town and actually talk to some of the natives. Well, I use that term loosely, rather talk to some of the locals in the area to see if they know where the kitty cat that we're looking for is, who goes by the name of Bootsy. Is it James Rolfe and Mike Matei's friend Bootsy who they collaborate with from time to time? Who knows? Maybe. Even though I use that term, you know, I wouldn't say use that term loosely, but even though I was kidding around with that belief. So yeah, the Geek Fighters and I, we were playing Ghostbusters the video game today, and we definitely had a lot of fun with that. I mean, if you're a big fan of the Ghostbusters movies that were made back in the 80s, then Ghostbusters, the video game that came out in 2009 by Atari and Terminal Reality, as well as Red Flight Studios, it definitely feels like this is what the third movie should have been if Harold Ramis were still alive, even though he was still alive during the point when Ghostbusters, the video game, was being made.
Thank goodness.
I'm just getting started.
Yes, I'm getting started. Taking some names. Or my name is not Double RPG. So yeah, when I was playing Resident Evil 2, I really thought that the change of playing that and Mega Man 11 in the same week, I really thought that that would help a lot, you know, show people what those games were like, but truth be told, Twitch was not being very kind to me both of those days when it came to trying to get people to actually come on over, because they were either they had other things to do, or Twitch was not even doing its job in promoting affiliates more when they should be doing that on the, you know, aside from just the aside from the partners.
Great.
All right, Reen got to 75.
Oh, a chest. I wonder what's inside.
Petrify, that was in the chest. Okay. So those quartz, they do come in handy when we come across them in the game. So if you see treasure chests that look very special like that, by all means, don't hesitate to pick them up. Okay.
The wind is behind us. Let's go.
But hey, you know, whenever it comes to my live streams, if people couldn't even make it during those days, then I don't blame them. I mean, if they have other stuff to do, hey, I'm not, you know, forcing people to, you know, go do what they need to do, but, you know, it's just I kind of find it weird how it seemed like, you know, things were not being, well, things weren't exactly helpful during those days, but, you know, it happens.
I go where the wind takes me.
Okay.
what I want to see.
Alright, we got Claire to level up there. But now we need to head back into town. Because we do need to talk to the people around town to see where can we find that kitty cat that we missed out on. Yeah, so Lord Eustace, so yeah, nothing to explain from you, and nothing to explain from you, so we just gotta go ahead and keep talking to the locals around here, see if they know anything about a kitty cat. Okay. Alright. And if you guys have any questions, if you want to ask me something within the live stream, you are most certainly welcome to. So if you want to write a message down or whatnot, or if you just want to say hi, I will reply back. So don't feel afraid to type something out in the message boards if you know if you want. Okay, so basically this kitty cat should be somewhere around here. But we just need to keep talking around town to see where they could possibly know to find this cat at. Aw, Daddy's such a liar. Oh, Vino, I don't even care. But where is this kitty cat? Oh, wait a minute. These people have exclamation marks on their head. Maybe they know something. Oh, I just can't wait to see how long the Imperial Armory will entertain us for. Indeed, ideally, they'll do their best at making our little bet all the more exciting. Woof woof, grrr, woof woof woof. Settle down, Richard. Goodness, he's been on edge ever since that filthy kitten dared to approach us. Leave him be for now. Perhaps he simply wishes to experience the thrill of the hunt once again. We can't exactly blame him after seeing such an unsightly thing. Bootsy must have come by here at some point. Just how do these two manage to be so annoying? Well, I can't entirely disagree. Gotta say, I feel bad for Bootsy. I'm sure he was terrified after being barked at. It's not uncommon for kittens to run off in situations like that, only to end up not being able to find their way home. Curiosity killed the kitten and all that. I see. He's barking towards the south, so I'd assume that's where the kitten went. Let's hurry up and find him. Right. Okay, so went to the south, so we're gonna have to go in this direction. And then we'll have to talk to the locals around here, too. If there are locals that we could talk to. I mean, they said that the cat came south, right? Oh, yes. Here is somebody we could talk to. He's so cute. Wait, I'm still in the clock. I'll never hear the end of it if I get caught in La La Land. Sorry for asking out of nowhere, but did a kitten just come by here? Dang, how did you know? You're right, though. It came here looking all hungry, so I gave it some milk and leftovers. It was all over me after that. Haha. I guess he calmed down after a nice treat. Chances are he'll be trying to get back to even now. Which means he should be returning to the Noble District. Do you think he'll be able to find his way back? We should probably check, just to be sure. Something tells me it's gonna go south again. But I guess we should try to talk to her again, but she's probably gonna say negative. Talk to her again. Nope. So I guess we're just gonna have to continue looking around and see if we can find anybody with exclamation marks on their head that we could talk to. Or we will have to go by the Nobles District. Would it be by the Nobles District where we need to go? The provincial army's over here, so doesn't look like they are. It doesn't look like that cat's here, so we'll have to try elsewhere. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Yeah, we know that Bootsy was napping, but where's the cat? Where is that cat? Or maybe it went this way. The station street. Oh, okay. So go ahead and talk to these two. Girls from Saint Estria's school. That kitten was the most adorable thing I've ever laid eyes on. Hehe, I don't think anyone could ignore that innocent little expression it had. Oh, they're from Saint Estria. They might know where the kitten went. Let's ask them. Indeed. Sorry to intrude, but we happened to overhear your conversation just now. Could you tell us more about where that kitten went? We're actually searching for him on behalf of his owner. Oh, is that so? He was here a moment ago until he got frightened away by a passing car. He ran off north after that. He was so cute too! I'm afraid he may have wandered out onto the highway if he went that way. We should hurry, otherwise he could come under attack by monsters. Talk about a pain. The highway's dangerous for us too, but we can't just abandon him. Let's go. Okay, so now we can go on the highway. I was wondering why I wasn't even getting any progression on the highway, and that's because we still needed to talk to the people. But hey, maybe we can grind a little bit more too. I mean, we can grind while we're here, right?
The wind is behind us. Let's go. Let's move.
I hope everybody comes back. I mean, those who just left the stream, because, you know, I told them that I'd be able to chat with them, but then all of a sudden they just up and went again. But, you know, they probably had some other things to do, so, like I said, I'm not going to blame them.
Enemy sighted. Take your position.
But, you know, when I was playing Resident Evil, like I said, when I was playing Resident Evil 2, I thought I'd get a lot of people, you know, really excited with them to watch it, but,
My turn.
well, things don't always go according to plan. That's the moral story of the day, right? Rather.
Now's our chance.
Got you.
Okay, here we go.
Leave it to me.
Okay, can we, there we go. We're gonna burst them.
Lend me your strength.
Leave this to me.
Burst these monsters. Get some more experience out of that, because bursting them, that's definitely gonna help out with our experience timer gauge. Double kill. Unscathed,
Really earned this
and
one.
swift and sure. Oh, we got 2.1 times experience, so I guess it's better than nothing. And you know, when I was about to play this game, I was also contemplating on whether or not if I should, you know, play something else for the month of October. You know, just kind of switch things up a bit. And I was kind of also thinking about Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology on the Nintendo 3DS. Because that game is also a really great JRPG as well.
Now.
Got you.
This is it for you.
Seems like we're getting bravery points up the wazoo, which, you know, I have no problem with, because that actually helps out our counter.
I can do this. Fire.
Oh, just a sliver of health left? Just a small little sliver of health.
You'll have a lot of training to do.
Just a small sliver of health. I'm always gonna make that proclamation. Sliver! And I think I see that kitten over there.
Let's go. My turn.
Yeah, that kitten is definitely over there, waiting for us, or waiting for somebody to help it out and take it back to the city of Berea Hard.
Now.
An opening.
Nice. More bravery points.
Right.
More bravery points in our possession, but we got a miss.
Get off guard.
Oh, cool. We got one more bravery point to equal up to 5.
All right.
Nice.
Together, we're unbeatable.
Okay. Very good. Yep, there's that kitty cat right there. Oh, yeah, that is a small little kitten. We finally found him. He must have been too scared to cross the bridge. We're rather lucky that's the case. I believe the provincial army has a unit stationed past here, so we wouldn't have been able to follow him. Thank the goddess for small favors. Well then, let's take him back to Eva. Get a move on, small fry. Meow. I can't wait to see the look on Eva's face. Alright, we got the little old kitty biscuits back, and now we're making our way back towards Eva in Berea-Hard. Yes, very good. Oh, Bootsy, I'm so glad you're safe. Meow. Whew, that was a doozy. He moves fast for having such tiny legs. I still have to question why he would run when you two seem to be so close. Oh, I asked him about that actually. Said some scary-looking vehicle took him by surprise. I'll bet if any vehicle could scare the little guy, it'd be one from the provincial armies. Is that so? I never even realized. That's not gonna fly, I'm afraid. You really need to pay more attention. You haven't even put a collar with a bell on him yet, either. It's like you don't even realize that... Oops. Meow? Well, how to explain this? Celine? Uh-oh, don't give me that. I got caught up in the moment. Oh my. I must be senile already. I could have sworn your cat was talking just then. Silly me. Well, let's be more careful from now on, Bootsy. Meow. That was way too close. Please, take this as my token of my thanks. Or as a token of my thanks. Okay, we got a prismatic cape. This seems to be rather expensive. Are you sure you want to give it to us? Bootsy is my only family at this point. He's much more important than any trinket. We hope you'll come visit us again someday. By then, maybe Berea-Hard will be back to its former self. When that happens, we'll be sure to take you up on that offer. Quest Missing Kitten complete. Okay, so we finally got the 2 side quests done. And now it's time for us to actually complete the main quest at hand. We might as well take a look here. According to Colette, Yusa should be in there right now, but it's far too dangerous to approach the premises. I'm afraid they would restrain us immediately if they found out we were here. Class 7's likely to be much higher on the wanted list than the other students from Thor's. And remember our field study ring? The Provincial Army's guardhouse is here, so it'd be best if we avoided this area. Let's get out of here before they catch us. Yeah, so unfortunately we can't even do anything of that nature, so chances are we're probably going to have to make it to the Alberea household via the sewers. But anyway, Class 7 did what they could to find some way to get in contact with Eustace. However, doing so proved to be far easier said than done. Really? Well, I guess it would be hard for them to figure out what to do. We've established he's back home, but beyond that, nothing. It's not going to be easy to get in contact with the son of one of the 4 great houses. Especially since the Alliance considers us wanted criminals. We're likely to be arrested by the Provincial Army regardless of how we go about this. There has to be something we can do. This is a hassle we could really do without. I wish I had something more to add, but I'm as lost as the rest of you. Oh, it's the little girl. Hello? Can I speak to you all for a moment? Oh, I think I recognize you. You're Eustace's friends, aren't you? Do you need something from us? Well... We've got a message for you from someone. Huh? For us? Right. Head to the restaurant in the Central Plaza post-haste. That's the message. The restaurant in the Central Plaza? I assume that must be the Sorcière. Yeah, must be. Who gave you this message? Sorry, they asked me not to tell you. Is this some kind of game? I want to play too. What? Rabbi, shh! Anyway, that's all we were told, so bye! Huh, so we have to head back to the restaurant. That was weird. Thoughts, everyone? It may have come out of the blue, but it seems to be a relatively harmless request, at least. We should investigate, just in case. We're struggling for clues as it is, so any lead is a good lead. Looks like we're all agreed. Let's head over to that restaurant. Alright, so we're gonna head back to the Central Plaza, and we're gonna head over to the Sorcier restaurant, which is where those two were at. But we want to go inside the restaurant this time, don't we? Isn't it, Eustace's uncle? Possibly? Yep, I figured that was gonna be the case. Owner Hammond. Oh, I see you all chosen to stop by once again. It seems he was right, after all. Who was right? Is it safe to assume that you've been left with a message for us too? That's right. I'm not permitted to say who from, unfortunately. Make your way to the airport post-haste. I shall await you there. That's what I was asked to tell you all. So our next destination is the airport. Whoever this is sure having fun yanking us around. Doesn't matter who it's from. We're gonna have to head over there to clear things up. Yeah, let's just make sure we're ready before we head out. I think we're ready. We're all equipped and we're all healed, and we should be able to make it all the way to the airport post-haste because we already completed our tasks, the missable ones that we came across, and we should be able to move forward now with the story. Okay, so we want to go to the Berea Hart Airport, which is in Station Street, and of course we're going to go south this way, and then we should be able to get access with the gate being opened like that. Going through here will take us to the airport, right? I don't see any staff around. That's probably due to the flight restrictions. The gate looks to be open just enough for us to enter, too. Should we? Alright, entering the airport will cause the main story to advance. And hello, Ilzap! Welcome to the stream! So you're catching me playing Trails of Cold Steel 2 tonight, so definitely welcome. Glad you could join. As a result, all unfinished quests will disappear. So go ahead and enter the airport now. I don't know who or what will be waiting for us beyond here, but it doesn't matter at this point. Let's go. Right. Yes, airport time. Let's see what's beyond here and who's actually sending us messages. These very faint messages. But anyways, I kind of like the aesthetics of this airport, the look of this airport so far. Berea Hart Airport. And there is a ship there, which I'm assuming that's probably from... It's either commercial use ship or it's that from the Noble Alliance. One of the two. Wow. Berea Hart Airport's as nice as I pictured it being. It's my first time visiting it as well. I suppose this must be an airliner? Yeah, it's a medium-sized passenger airliner made by the Rhineford Company. I'm so used to using trains to travel that it's easy to forget the Empire has other forms of public transportation. I've been waiting for you. Who's there? Huh? And who might you be? I was sent here to deliver a message. You see that airship right there? Make your way to the lounge on the 3rd floor post-haste, is what I was told. Oh. Really? Well, not like we have any better ideas. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, so... who's gonna be inside that airship that's gonna want to give us a rude awakening? It is Erebonian, that's for sure. Hopefully we don't have to fight in this place. This seems too good to be a place to fight. This airship is massive. Indeed, although it naturally couldn't hope to compare to the Courageous in terms of size. We were instructed to go to the 3rd floor lounge. Stay on guard. There's no telling who the person calling us is, or what they have in mind. Right. Okay, so we're gonna need to find our way towards the 3rd floor, and if anything, we will have to go up some stairs. Lounge deck, yes, this is where we want to go. And that will actually take us right here where we need to be. I think this is the 3rd floor lounge. Should we go straight inside? Yeah, go inside right now. Who could be in there waiting for us? Is it Eustace?
You certainly took your time.
It is! Eustace!
Eustace!
I suspected it was you.
Eustace Alberea. The last of Class 7.
How long did you intend to make me wait? I have wondered whether you would even bother to show up.
Do you know how much trouble you made us go through to get here?
There are eyes everywhere in this city. It would have drawn too much attention for you to come here directly. That was just my way of looking out for you. Perhaps you could try thanking me.
At least you're well. That's what matters. It really is great to see you again, Eustace.
The same to you. I'm impressed you were able to overcome the many ordeals you've no doubt faced to make it this far. But should I be surprised, I wonder? I've always had high expectations of you.
I doubt I would have been able to come this far if not for everyone's help, though. Still, thanks, Eustace.
This means that all of Class 7 is finally together again. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you so much. You've been a tremendous part of making this happen. Thank you, Captain.
I haven't the foggiest idea what a member of the RMP is doing here, but I suppose it doesn't matter right now.
Eustace?
Huh?
I've been kept abreast of your activities through the Noble Alliance's information network. So I'm well aware you've been fighting their forces across the land using that ash-colored knight of yours. As well as the fact that you've chosen not to ally yourselves with the Imperial Army, but instead fight as a third faction.
Oh, has word of Valimar been getting around that much?
That said, I didn't arrange for us to meet like this just to see one another again. I did so that I could make the difference between our respective positions crystal clear.
What do you mean? I see. You have no intention of coming with us, do you?
No.
You can't really be thinking that.
You surely saw this coming. I'm the son of one of the most influential figures in the Noble Alliance.
Oh, crap, that's right.
And as I imagine you're already aware, I've been assisting him and his provincial army in fighting this war.
Well, we know, but...
Is this what you believe to be your duty as a noble?
Meanwhile, my brother is acting as the Alliance Force's chief of staff, and as for my father, he was responsible for hiring Jaegers to attack Ymir, which is not only your home, but the home of all the kind-hearted people who welcomed me with open arms earlier in the year. I can only apologize. If I'd returned home earlier, then perhaps... No. I don't even have the right to do that much. Yet with that in mind, it should be clear that we can't go back to the way things were. The gulf between us is simply too vast to be filled.
Oh, come on, Eustace. You can't seriously mean that.
Our paths have parted. That is reality.
Eustace, please. It doesn't have to be like this, Eustace.
I will guarantee you safe passage out of the city. If you deem it necessary, I can even have you escorted out by car. However, once you're out, we can no...
Eustace. I can understand why you feel somewhat responsible for what happened in Ymir. I can understand why you, as an Alberea, feel as though certain things are inherently expected of you. Actually, I should probably tell you that Dad woke up the other day. All that's left is for him to get his stamina back now. He'll make a full recovery.
That's good news. I would have liked to pay him a visit myself. But with circumstances as they are...
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm not telling you that to make you feel guilty. I'm telling you because I don't want that to be your reason for what you're doing.
Pardon?
What I want to know is what you want to do, and the path you want to take. If you want to help your family because you agree with the ideals of the Noble Alliance, I won't stop you. But if that's not what you want to do, if you're only helping because you feel like you have to for whatever reason, if you're doing it because you feel responsible for what happened to my dad, which, by the way, you aren't, or if you're doing it because as much as you want to come with us, you feel like you don't have the right to, then you're nothing more than a coward who's running away. And I don't believe that's how a real Erebonian noble should act. They should do what they believe is right, and do it with pride. If Dad was here now, he'd say the same thing.
Wow, strong words. Even for someone who doesn't even have noble blood in him.
It might sound cold, but he's right.
It's clear to all of us that your heart isn't in this, Eustace.
We're only students, still learning more about the world around us. Alone, we don't have the experience or knowledge to go around proposing solutions to the conflicts in this country, not to the war going on around us, nor to the class divides that started it. But that's alone, and that's why I think we all need to come together as a class again. We're all inexperienced, but we all come from different backgrounds and social standings, and we each have unique experiences to share. It's only by pulling those together that we can overcome whatever life throws at us. It's worked for us during every one of our field studies. Why wouldn't it work now?
He's right, Eustace.
Indeed. Reen had to remind me of that too, you know.
It's always nerve-wracking for those of us who have to watch you pull crazy stunts all the time, I hope you know.
I don't doubt that.
I see my suspicions were dead on. No matter the circumstances, you've always been the one to blow away my hesitations.
Then you'll come with us?
Still, no matter what you say, I am an Alborea, and as such I have duties and responsibilities to fulfill. If you are determined not to back down, then we will have to settle this with a duel, just as you and Crow did 1 month ago.
A duel?
Follow me, Reen. Our destination is Aurochs Canyon. There we shall settle this matter once and for all.
Oh, we're going back to Auroch. So, we're gonna be dueling him to get him to join our side? Interesting. But are we flying there?
Well, well, I wasn't counting on this. I'd only intended to gather information on the Crimson Wings, and yet here I am, bearing witness to such a compelling scene. I've no duty to report anything I see to Duke Alborea, but I suppose there isn't any harm in watching how things unfold.
Whatever.
Oh, that
Do what you want. I don't care.
creepy dude.
I'll just go kill time in town or something.
Oh no, not this time. You're coming with me and that's that. I'm here to support you, not babysit you. You're the one with a number, not me. Try acting like it.
Fine, fine. What a pain.
So they're both from Ouroboros.
Miss Orbital Calculator looks like she can put up a decent fight at least.
Oh, so he has a sight set on the captain, huh? Well, we're gonna see about that man either way. But we'll have to go to Aurochs Canyon. Yep, here we are, back at Aurochs Canyon Path. Oh, our Orbital bike! How do we get that back? Oh, a racing duel?
Isn't this Angelica's bike?
I thought she entrusted it to you after she withdrew, Reen.
What in the world is it doing here?
I made use of my family's influence to have it brought here from the academy. Since then, it's been left in the hands of a skilled mechanic, so it's been well maintained. You will be riding that for our duel.
You mean our duel will be a race between me on this bike and you on that horse?
Oh wow, that's gonna be a no-win contest for you, Eustace, because Reen is gonna kick your butt with that Orbital bike. He's gonna beat you with it. Wow,
Partially.
man.
The finish line will be the plateau where we fought that monster during our field study. Once there, we shall begin a sword fight to determine the victor. Whoever arrives first will therefore have the advantage of more time to prepare.
Interesting.
Okay, I understand what we're going to do. So if I win, you're coming with us, right? You're not backing out?
Correct. In the unlikely event that you defeat me, I will concede and go with you. But know this, I have absolutely no intention of holding back. That bike of yours may have the advantage in terms of speed, but I know this area like the back of my hand. Do not expect this to be an easy battle.
Oh, I won't. I'll be coming at you with all I've got.
I would expect no less.
They're way too fired up about this.
Well, hey, that's boys, Celine. You can't take that away from them.
We'll have to simply stand aside and see what unfolds.
Right. We'll go and take up places along the course to watch.
In that case, I will signal off when to begin. Naturally, I'll be fully impartial when doing so.
That works for me. How about you, Eustace?
Very well. Let's begin.
Alright. They waved goodbye to Emma and Laura as they went to take up positions along the course, and after Reen took a moment to refamiliarize himself with the orbital bike's controls, the time came for the race to begin.
Good luck, Reen.
Eustace is an accomplished rider, but if anyone can defeat him, it's you.
I won't let you down.
Oh, we'll get there. Okay, so so we hit the right shoulder button to accelerate, the left shoulder button to brake, hold to reverse, and we use the left control stick to adjust in the direction we want to be in. Okay, so simple enough. So, wonder how the racing controls are.
I'm ready, Eustace.
As am I. Now demonstrate to me the strength of your resolve.
Oh, I will.
All right, take your positions. 3, 2, 1, go!
Race.
Hang in there, Reen.
Use your tailwind to your advantage.
Take a left here.
Use this path here. Everyone's really into this.
Yeah, they are. Oh, I won that. AP increased by 2. Yeah, like I said, that was no contest for you there, Eustace. I mean, I like you as a character, but still.
Yes, I won.
It's time for me to prepare.
Your performance was admirable, I'll admit.
All right.
The advantage is mine, Eustace. Let's settle this once and for all.
No matter. A handicap like this will hardly pose a problem for me. Come at me, Reen.
Let's do this.
All right. So battle between students, huh?
All you have.
Here I go.
All right. So I have a pretty good advantage here, considering where I'm at.
Gather on my blade.
Yes, I should have a definite good advantage to defeat you with one fell swoop.
What?
I'm just
Wait a
getting
minute.
started. Now's our chance. Don't let it pass.
I had one fell swoop on you right there. Anyway, finally got you.
Okay, it's safe for
But
now.
swift and sure, but I got that win. Definitely for sure. But didn't get any experience, but oh, come on, game. Man, didn't get jack squat in that battle.
Looks like I win this one.
I should have expected no less. It's hard to believe how much your swordsmanship has improved in such a short period of time.
Don't sell yourself short, Eustace. If I'd held back even a little, I'd be the one kneeling on the ground right now. Your skills really shone through, both in the race and our duel.
I can't pretend to have held back either. The victory is well and truly yours, Reen.
Reen, Eustace.
Are you both all right?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, hey guys.
You're already finished?
Yeah, that was quick.
How did it go?
The verdict should be plainly obvious.
Yeah, I managed to scrape through. It was pretty close, though.
Was it?
Does that mean you'll come back with us?
I fought with all my might. I performed to the very best of my abilities, holding nothing back. And even then, I couldn't compare to your strength and resolve. With that, I have no more reservations. The path I should take is the same as yours.
About time. We're happy to have you with us, of course. We'll find the answers we seek together, and together, we'll bring Crow back too.
You can count on me. Starting today, I am a member of Class 7 once again. I'll show my father and brother just how I believe one bearing the name Alberea should live.
Ah, good friends.
I feel embarrassed just watching you two.
There's nothing to feel embarrassed about. This is just part of how we are as a class.
That's very true.
I couldn't agree more.
There are some things you learn only by directly confronting those you care about. I know this much from experience.
Well, with one clear exception. You finally reunited all of Class 7, which means that it may be about time to start thinking about what to do next.
I wouldn't celebrate your paltry victory just yet.
Who?
Who was that?
Up there.
Who are they?
One of them is wearing armor.
No.
Good day to you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. I'm afraid I've come to thoroughly put a damper on your reunion. I hope you don't mind.
She knows us?
Just who are you?
It wouldn't hurt to introduce myself, I suppose. I am a lady after all.
Your name? Duvali.
My name is Duvali.
Or Duvali.
I'm the head knight of the Stahlritter, an esteemed group led by Ouroboros' 7th Anguis in all her glory. And it is by her order that I have come here today.
You're with Ouroboros?
The 7th Anguis? You can't mean the Steel Maiden.
Ugh, looks like our luck just ran out.
Might I ask if the Stahlritter is somehow related to the Eisenritter? The name is eerily similar. Even their only difference in name is related, with iron and steel being two metals.
Oh, you're the Arseid, aren't you? Are you curious? I'll bet you are. Well, I'm not going to tell you.
Pardon?
Does it bug you? Does it? Your curiosity is going to build and eat away at you until you can't even sleep at night.
Not very ladylike of you, Duvali.
Sucks to be you.
Is she really with Ouroboros?
I'm not quite that curious. I wouldn't want to pressure you into discussing something you aren't comfortable sharing.
Hold on a minute. There's no point in pretending you don't care. I know full well you do.
She doesn't act like it, but there's no doubting she's extremely powerful.
So it seems. And the man accompanying her is even more terrifying.
Leaving that aside for the moment, I've already introduced myself. It's only proper for you to do... Ugh! Why are you still up there? Get down here right this instant!
Man, for her saying that she acts very ladylike, I'm sorry, but she totally contradicts herself.
What do you need me for? You can handle him just fine yourself.
Oh, for goodness sake! You're supposed to be number 1! Would it kill you to even put the tiniest bit of effort into your job?
Number 1? Then he's an enforcer just like Sharon and Phantom Thief B.
Okay, you win. Arguing with you's gonna end up taking more effort than actually fighting. And you, officer, might be worth my time. That race before was kind of fun to watch, so let's see what you got.
So, McBurn. Oh boy.
The name's McBurn. Some call me the almighty conflagration. And talk is cheap. I hate conversations that just drag on and on. So let's skip to the good part, okay?
Isn't that supposed to be Ray Chase voicing McBurn? Because he kind of does sound like Noctis from Final Fantasy 15 a little bit. Oh, quite a dark aura you have.
The power radiating from him is incredible.
What are those flames?
Shall we begin? My swift swordsmanship was taught to me by my illustrious lord, the Steel Maiden. And you haven't a chance in hell of withstanding it.
Oh, we will.
I've gone to the trouble of coming down here. Do me a favor and try lasting a minute before you call it quits.
Your arrogance will be your undoing.
Give them everything you've got.
Of course!
We'll win this.
Don't die too easy on me now.
Now, draw your weapons.
My turn.
Okay. But they do have... That McBurn does have a lot of hit points on him. That's for sure. Got me in a burn status, but not like that's gonna matter.
My turn.
My turn.
But we could try to take her down first, if anything. Oh, wow.
My turn.
You know what? Let's go ahead and get some attacks in.
Onward.
Actually, I got a better idea. Let's use Radiant Waltz on the both of you, just to get you out of the way. So we finally got ourselves a boss fight in this game going on, guys. About time, too.
Alright.
Let's see. Zero Arts, okay. Arts. Dark Matter. This should do nicely.
Very well.
Oh, how can we miss that? Oh, useless. Man.
Let's move.
Okay. Oh, you got burn status on you. That's why. You know what?
How are you still standing?
Oh,
Onward.
because we're class 7. That's why. Swap.
I leave this to you.
I'll handle this.
Okay, so overdrive.
Here I go. Overdrive.
Let's overdrive this, shall we? Good, hit point restoration right there.
Now,
Burst him.
finish this.
Right. Understood.
Burst him for good.
Here I go. Now's our chance.
Gotcha.
We should be able to get him for good this time in this fight. But we will have to fill up our overdrive gauge again,
My turn.
which is the sad part. Can we try to defeat both of them before we can... Well, at least Duvalie before anything else. Oh, we can only hope. Oh, yes, we got Duvalie. So we just need to worry about McBurn here. And McBurn still has a lot of hit points on him. So it looks like this is going to take a little bit to get him down. Are you serious?
Turn to it.
Man! Wow! Dang! That is nuts!
Thanks.
That is severe!
Turn to act.
Severe to the T! Wow! Wow! AP increased by 3, so I guess us defeating Duvali actually gave us that AP increase, so I guess that was a good thing to actually take her down first.
Man, is that really what you call everything you got?
This can't be happening.
How can they be so strong?
I've never fought anyone so strong in my life. Not by a long shot.
He's a real force to be reckoned with.
We were able to knock that knight down at least.
Ugh! I can't believe I lost to mere students.
Well, cry me a river there, girl.
And of course, one of them had to be an Arsaid. This is so humiliating!
Oh, give me a break. Were you even trying? I thought you beat Luve once. Hard to believe with that sorry sight of a fight.
I did. Granted, he won the other 99 or so battles. And I was! I simply slipped, that's all.
Or are you that very clumsy as a fighter, Duvali? Because you say you're from a group of elite knights, but you don't really... You really don't picture the part, if you ask me.
Interesting. You mixed by any chance?
Mixed?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. If you haven't noticed yourself, I'm not gonna be the one to tell you. If you haven't, it's probably not much anyway.
Huh? What do you...
Anyway, I'm out of here. You can take care of handing him over to the Duke.
You can't possibly be serious! You won't help even a teensy bit? It's a little much to handle all by myself.
Nah, I'm tired of this already. Maybe if one of them could seriously give me a run for my Mira, I'd consider it, but...
One run for your Mira coming right up.
Oh, now there's a familiar voice we haven't even heard in a while.
It couldn't be.
She finally made it.
The purple lightning.
Huh?
Where did that come from?
Nice.
Looks like I was right to hurry. I wasn't expecting to find you fighting monsters of this caliber.
You're... Instructor Sarah?
Miss Sarah Valistine.
Sorry for the wait. But don't you worry your pretty little heads none. Now that I'm here, I won't let them lay a finger on you. How could I call myself your homeroom teacher if I did?
Thanks.
Wow. Strong to the cause and right and true for you being an instructor.
You're the purple lightning, aren't you?
Huh. Hey, I've heard of you.
We aren't dreaming, are we?
I'm sure it's no coincidence that she's here.
Was this your doing, Eustace?
I used a secret channel to contact her. She was to be our insurance if things took a turn for the worse.
Really?
I'm pleased to see you're well, Sarah.
Sure am. I wasn't expecting to find you taking care of my kids, though. Still, I'll give credit where it's due. Thanks.
Ugh. Do you seriously want to keep fighting? Surely you don't believe you'll win because you're an A-rank bracer.
You ask me, this is more like it. Not like there are any towns nearby I can burn down, so maybe it's time I stopped holding back.
So we're gonna fight him again, but he's gonna be in that form.
Black flames?
Those are just like...
Hold on a moment! I know I said I wanted help, but I'd rather you didn't set me on fire in the process.
What the devil are you doing up there?
The hell?
Alright, sleep tight.
That sounds like...
Oh boy. The Duke.
Isn't that Duke Alberea?
Father? Arno?
Lord Eustace. Eustace, what is the meaning of this? You dare to leave a letter like that and simply disappear? Have you gone mad?
Letter?
Hey, Duke, you mind staying out of this? I was getting all fired up there before you came and ruined everything.
Silence! This has nothing to do with you. I will not stand for behavior like this, Eustace. You will do as I say. Your selfish actions will smear mud on the good Alberea name. Is that what you want?
My intentions are as I outlined in the contents of that letter. I intend to walk my own path with my classmates at my side. I have no wish to dirty the Alberea name. On the contrary, I wish to find for myself how I should live as one who bears it.
Eustace.
What is this drivel? I always knew what a mistake it was to accept you into this family. Come forth, Knights of Kreutzen!
Oh boy. Soldats are with them.
Oh boy, here comes trouble.
These must be the soldats from Oryx Fort.
I don't recognize that one either.
It must be a new model.
So the Hector model, heavily armored soldat.
Yeah, there goes
The mechanical design in this game is so top tier. Oh yeah, they have some really good designs for their mechanical figures for the Draken soldats, as well as the those of the Knight's lineage within Erebonia. Yeah, they're really good. Eelzap. And welcome back, by the way.
You always be so indifferent.
Duvalie, get out of here, you klutzy woman.
Right.
Looks like it's your turn to shine.
This is a do-or-die moment. Best of luck, Reen.
Heed my call.
Valimar, the Ashen Knight!
Well, it's time for Mecha Battle. Once again. Mecha Battle number 3 or 4? I'm thinking it's number 4. Yes, it's number 4. So, come to our aid, Valimar. It's time for us. It's time for you to shine once again. Funny how this game is fantasy-based, but they have mecha added into the mix. It's like a culmination of many different genres at once.
So that's the foul fiend that caused trouble for the soldiers from the Twin Dragons Bridge.
Oh, so that's the Ashen Knight?
The very same great knight that fought near Trista at that.
And I can sense even more mana coming from it now than I could then.
Its form is most impressive.
Alright, well, it's time for us to get down and dirty and fight these Noble Alliance scum with all we got. And we have our new sword equipped too. Nice.
Go forth, my knights!
Oh, you won't even win,
them in
Duke.
our custody, the top spot in the Alliance is as good as mine.
Have you seen Knights and Magic? Really similar vibe. Knights and Magic, is that an anime or a video game there, Eelzap?
Show them the terrifying strength of the newest addition to our army!
Yes, Your Grace.
Your weapons are not gonna do anything towards the Ashen Knight. Don't even think about it. Oh, it's an anime? No, I haven't even seen it yet, Eelzap.
But I'm sure Valimar can take it.
Right. Let's do this. I'm counting on you, Valimar.
Understood.
I like how Valimar seems to act like a good friend to Reen.
Use your links well.
Alright. So, looks like, which one do we want to get first? Get the arms? Nope. That's not the weakest. It's not the weakness. Well, although it does punch hard. Oh boy.
I can do this.
Okay, so... Okay, so let's go ahead and use some of the Lordly Flame on it. So that way we can actually get some good damage. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to see. Okay, so your arms don't do the trick. How about your head, though? Nope. Can I not even... So is it your body? No,
Keep it up.
Man, whatever stance you're in, I can't really even get you to Oh, okay, so now we finally do a follow-up attack. I was wondering when that was going to take effect. Blessed Arrow, CP recovery. And it can give us CP for 3 turns. Ouch. Oh, what am I kidding? Wouldn't really hurt that much. Crafts. Oh, Heavenly Slash. 3 deadly slashes, 100% chance at 100% chance to unbalance. Can't guard and counter with that attack. I think I may have to just hold that off until we actually... Okay, so would it be the head or the body? I'm gonna... Nope. The head, it'll actually make it to where it'll counter. So what we need to do is we actually need to attack the body, not the arms. Yeah, there we go. Now we're learning what I want to see.
That's it. Just a little more.
Shoulder cannons. Man.
Right.
Rena, you're gonna need some healing there.
Allow me.
Alright. So heal yourself up a little bit more there. Okay, so... Go ahead and use a Heavenly Slash on you. Hopefully that'll finish it off. But you can't even avoid that, so... Oh! So that's what it means by unbalance. Okay, now that's awesome. EX Art, give it some Lordly Flames on you. Or Lordly Flare. And that should finish you off. None the worse for wear. Gotcha. Oh, curse us. Well, sorry. You could not even defeat us. Okay, so we had to take care of the armor card, too. Okay. Heavenly Slash. There we go. Nice. And that car is so weak. Okay, so charge.
Have some mana.
Give us plenty of mana, yes.
That's it. Just a little more.
You're almost done. Yeah! Unite! And show the Sunlight Blade on it. Oh, nice. It's almost like the Raging Demon from Akuma, that attack.
Well done. You did
Nice.
that time.
Very good. Duke Albrea, you may want to retreat now.
This can't be happening. How can our new Soldat be defeated?
Well, because you're going up against the Knight of the Legend within Erebonia. You can't beat Valimar.
Ready, Celine?
He should be.
Reen,
Give us a hand, Emma. We're going to open the spirit path.
right.
It's time for us to make our escape. Make our way back to Ymir. We don't need to stay here any longer than necessary.
A transportation spell?
Time to make our escape.
Wait! Eustace! You can't leave like this. I won't allow it.
Farewell for now, Father. Please give my regards to Rufus as well. It is my dearest wish that you won't repeat the mistake you made with Ymir a second time. Arno, might I ask you to return the horse I borrowed to the mansion?
As you wish, Lord Eustace.
Well, at least the butler is actually more in line with Eustace's wishes than his father is.
Wait, I say! That is an order, Eustace!
Sorry, but, being for your own petty beliefs, I don't think so. With the last of Class 7 found, they left Boreahard, but even with all of them finally together, their feelings remained mixed. Their reunion itself was a reason for joy, and yet each of them was left with a nasty sense of foreboding at the forefront of their minds. They were face to face with the Alliance's leading generals, as well as a newer, more powerful kind of soldat. That, along with the realization of just how powerful Ouroboros' enforcers could be, left them with happiness and fear in equal measure. Guided by Valimar, they made their way back to Ymir. Alright, we're back in the snowy region, or we're making our way back there now. Everybody's returned. And my orbital bike included. Nice! Well, we're back. Sorry for overworking you like that, Valimar. That is not a concern. With every battle that is overcome, my operational efficiency increases. This is a sign that you too are growing, my Awakener. Me? I will return to a state of inactivity. Should you require me, you need only to call my name. Looks like he fell asleep. We should let him rest for a while. Eustace. Eustace. Are you sure you're okay with leaving things that way? With your dad, I mean. I made my decision. I have no regrets. And now that I've made it, I intend to always look forward, not backwards. That's a great way to look at it, Eustace. I'm sure the day will eventually come when you can talk with him again. My, you've all matured so much since I last saw you. It makes sense given all they've been through to get this far. So it seems. What's that? Oh yes, Angie's bike. The orbital bike? Was it transported here along with us? Well, it was fairly close by. It must have been drawn into the spirit path. Nice. Angie, you left us a great gift, so Eustace and Sarah joined the party. And Reen and Eustace can now use Overdrive when linked with one another, and the same thing with Sarah as well. Yes. Now that all of Class 7 has assembled, the number of Overdrive icons in battle has increased to 2. Oh, very cool. This will allow you to save up a second Overdrive for later use. They can be used individually one after another too, allowing for newer strategic possibilities. Ah, I like the sound of that. But yes, we're finally back. And all of Class 7 is together again. So this ought to be a joyous reunion between everybody. And the orbital bike's near the Schwarzer estate.
Welcome home, Reen. I see you were able to find the rest of your classmates.
Yeah, this is everyone.
It sure wasn't easy.
The winds were on our side this time.
Indeed.
Regardless, we wouldn't have been able to make it here if not for you all coming to find us. Thank you.
And naturally, that goes for you too, Celine.
Yeah, whatever.
Very crassy, little cat.
It's good to see you guys again.
It sounds like there was some trouble along the way, but you came back, and that's all that matters.
I can't say I'm surprised to find you're in good health, though. Ill weeds grow apace, after all.
I could say the same about you.
Aw, looks like they have a good friendship going on.
Given how useless you are at anything you can't learn from a book, part of me expected we would next meet with you behind bars. Again.
It hasn't even been 30 damn seconds and I already want to kill you.
Okay, my turn!
Oh!
Aw, why'd you move out of the way?
Aw, Milliam wanted to hug you, Eustace, but you were well in advance for her, making a move like that. He wasn't gonna fall for that twice after what she did to him on the bed before Mission 5 began, or Field Study 5.
Because you were trying to hug me, obviously.
Oh, come on. You know you want to.
While I'd expected you to come back with your classmates, I didn't think you'd come back with Sarah, too. Not that anything had ever happened to you, of all people.
I didn't doubt your safe return for a moment, Lady Sarah.
Thanks, I guess.
Certainly has gotten lively around here.
It sure has. You're looking a lot better, Dad.
I'm still a ways from being back to my old self, but I'm finding it a lot easier to walk around. Toval and Sharon have kindly been handling both the village's security and correspondence with the other regions, which means I can focus on my health.
We've done nothing special, I assure you.
We're just glad to see you getting better.
That's not true at all. You've done so much for us, I don't even know where to begin thanking you. And Reen, I want you to know that we're both so proud of what you've accomplished. It couldn't have been easy coming this far, but you did it. You should hold your head high.
Thanks, Mom. Oh, I wouldn't have been able to do any of it alone. It was only possible because everyone was with me.
Well, I think we've been standing out here long enough. I've had rooms prepared for you all at the Phoenix Wing, so go ahead and rest there.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that where we stayed during our last visit?
That's the one. I imagine you must all be exhausted after all that's transpired in the past few days.
The open-air bath's finally been repaired too. If you get the chance, you should enjoy a nice, relaxing bath after all your hard work.
Oh, nice. A nice, warm, lovely bath would be able to do that for them. That's definitely true. But anyway, we're going to continue. See where fate takes us this time. Thus, they left for the Phoenix Wings to recover from the exhaustion that had built up over the past few days. Thanks to the manager's kindness, they had a building largely to themselves, so they enjoyed a relaxing dinner and soak in the springs. And after agreeing that they would discuss what to do next the following afternoon, they returned to their rooms to sleep. Good to see that Class 7 is back together again. Oh, that makes me so happy. To quote a famous LPer, so happy. Oh, Reen's by himself in the hot baths again. It's so peaceful tonight. Everyone's probably fast asleep by now. We might have all spent our time apart in different ways, all with different things on our minds. But now we're finally back together as a class. It wasn't easy getting this far, but we have one less thing to worry about now. And I owe it all to Elisa's support and encouragement. It's thanks to her that I've been able to make it this far. Hang in there, Elise. I'll bring you and Princess Alphen back safely. I promise. And when I do, I'll be sure to thank you again for giving me all I need to come as far as I have. We still have to sit down and discuss what we're going to do from here on out, too. Can we even figure something like that out by tomorrow? I've got to bring at least some ideas to the table. But what? I'm happy we're together again, but we've got a lot to decide about our future, and it's something we need to decide as a team. Everyone's had their own challenges to face and problems to conquer. but each of them faced what they were given head on. We ended up apart, but no one lost hope. Instead, everyone tried to make the best out of the circumstances they were dealt. Thinking back on our reunions, I think the one who left the strongest impression was... Who left the strongest impression? I think Elisa did. I think it would have to be Elisa. She blamed herself more than anyone about how we parted ways in Trista. I could see how worried she was for me. Even now, I'm sure she's worried about her mother and the Rhineford Company. But she's still putting everyone else first, just like she always does. She did all she could to bring us together again. I wish I could be like her. I wish I could be that strong.
Rain, are you there?
Oh!
Elisa! I didn't think anyone else would come here so late at night. Sorry, I'll get out now.
There's no need to shout. I actually already knew that you were here. I'd asked the manager beforehand. So I thought now might be a good time to talk with you.
Pardon?
There's really nothing like a warm bath on a cold winter's day. Gazing up at the night sky, feeling the warmth of the spring coursing through your whole body, this is such bliss.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's my favorite time of year to relax in the springs too. But both of us bathing in here together is really, really not a good idea. Doesn't it bother you even a little? The two of us here alone feels kind of... I don't know.
What's the big deal? I'm covered up, aren't I? I'd appreciate it if you didn't stare so hard, though. I might have managed to pluck up the courage to come in here, but it's still kind of embarrassing.
Well, I wasn't doing it on purpose. Sorry. But what made you need to pluck up the courage to come in here to begin with? You said you wanted to talk. Anything in particular?
Well, I just wanted to thank you.
Thank me? Thank me for what? I don't feel like I've done anything that warrants being thanked.
You have, though. And for everything, really. I wanted to thank you for surviving all this time so that we could meet again. And I wanted to thank you for coming all the way to Nord to get me. Maybe we can't be here with Crow, but because of you, the rest of us are back together again.
Because of me? That's not true. Besides, it was only because of you guys that I was able to do anything at all.
I knew you'd say that. Still, I feel like Class 7 is what it is because you're at its center. We had faith that you get back up on your feet and fight, and it's because you followed through that we've come this far. I'm not the only one who feels that way either. So, thank you, Reen. Oh, come on! Knock it off with the laughing! It wasn't easy to come here and say all of this, you know.
I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing at you. It just finally hit home that everything Elise said was true. I had no idea that everyone was thinking of me as much as they were, or that so many people were looking out for me. It just made me realize all over again how blind I've been all this time. So I couldn't help but laugh at myself.
Well, I can accept that. And now that you know, I don't want you to ever forget it. We've been through so much together, Reen. We have a bond so strong, nothing can ever break it.
Don't worry. I won't forget. And now that Class 7 is together again, I'm sure we'll be able to go back to the Academy one day. As long as we don't give up, I know we can make that a reality. So, let's give it everything we've got.
Of course.
Quite some bonding time between the two of them. So lovely. Your bond with Elisa strengthened. Well, who would have thunk it? Of course, whoever we picked, who left the strongest impression, that would have been the one who would have came to the hot bath. But yes, it's been a few days later, and now we're back to Ymir's third rest day. Which means we get to do some bonding events and possibly go snowboarding again. Yes, I'm gonna be doing some snowboarding during our rest day here in this town. So basically the same as the free day as in the first game. Or the free... the free days, basically. Okay, our meeting in the Phoenix Wings cafeteria isn't until this afternoon. Which means I got plenty of time to figure out what we can do beforehand. Maybe it'd help to ask the others about what's on their minds, too. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. I received bonding points. This time Laura, Emma, Eustace, and Sarah have 2 bonding events each that can be viewed instead of 1. Talking to one of these characters after viewing their first bonding event will allow you to view their second. Huh, interesting. But we do have 7 bonding points, so we got ourselves quite a lot of time to be bonding with our classmates and all. Wonder if anybody's going to be on the 2nd floor to talk to. If anything, probably... Oh, Elisa! What are you doing here? What are you doing in here, Elisa? Your mother told me that I could find some tools in here, so here I am. I need them for the work I'm going to be doing on the orbital bike. Wait, you know how the bike works well enough to do that? Well, an engine's an engine, right? I should be able to tinker with it. After all Angelica's done for us, I at least want to make sure she gets her precious bike back in top condition. Might be nice if I gave her a hand. Yeah, let's help her with the orbital bike. Need a hand there? Sounds like a 2-person job to me, and I'd feel bad making you do all the work when Angelica left it in my care. I figured you'd say that. It'll probably go more smoothly with an extra pair of hands, so sure. Alright, so... let's get a orbital bike tuned up, shall we? Alright. That's everything around the orbital engine taken care of. It could probably do with being taken for a test ride at some point, though. So I should oil the moving parts, too. Man, you really are amazing. I knew you were good with orbital technology and all, but I didn't expect you to be able to perform maintenance this well. All of this is just a stopgag, really. I had a few chances to look at it back at the academy, too, so I have a vague idea of what needs doing, but that's all. That doesn't make you any less amazing in my eyes. When in Nord, you worked out what was wrong with that truck and even knew the model of that mortar we found. At first, I thought it was just because you're part of the Rhineford family, but I feel like that's underselling you now. You must have studied like crazy to know so much. Well, I did spend a lot of time studying orbital technology even before enrolling at the academy. I used my family name, however, I could in order to visit RF factories and attend lectures at the Institute of Technology. I'm more than confident I made the most of every chance I had to study and broaden my knowledge of the field. I have a feeling I know why you did all that too. Was it to rebel against your mother? Well, I can't deny it. Not to beat a dead horse, but it felt like Mother just stopped caring about us after my father passed away. I mean, she'd stolen the company from Grandfather and everything. How could you do that to your own father? So I suppose you could say all that studying was my way of trying to show her up at something. A little, at least. I see. So, were you able to? Not in the slightest. Now that she's missing, this isn't the time to be thinking about my next act of rebellion either. And you know what? That's fine by me. I've made my mind up to focus on the future rather than the past for now. I've got to keep that promise I made to her and Ruhr after all. I'll be running the company before she knows it. I think she'd prefer it that way, honestly. Huh? Huh, look at you. You were so engrossed in the bike that you didn't even notice all the snow building up on your head. Still, I think you found the right way to approach things. I'll have to pick up a few pointers from you. Can't let myself get too wrapped up in my past either. And that way, we'll both be able to find the best paths for each of us to take. I certainly hope so. Come on, don't cry. Here, this'll cheer you up. Aw. Is that a bunny you made out of snow? And look, you've got loads of snow on your head, too. Don't worry, you can follow me back to Ymir. Stay close, okay? Okay. Are you kidding me? What's wrong? I can't believe I forgot. Remember how I talked about coming here with my family as a kid? I ended up getting lost out on the mountain. But just when I started to think I'd be lost forever, a boy appeared out of nowhere. And he led me all the way back to Ymir. That boy was you, I'm sure of it. That does ring a bell, actually. A year after that was when the whole thing with my power happened. So I kind of pushed everything else into the back of my mind. Weird. We really did meet when we were kids. I was only joking about it before, but yeah, we really did. I'd forgotten all about it too, probably because it was a scary memory for me. I don't blame you. Still, you don't get coincidences like this every day. I'd be embarrassed to try and attribute it to something like fate, though. You're right. Maybe if we'd realized sooner, sure. It makes me happy to know it was you all along. Sorry? I didn't quite catch that. It's nothing. Nothing at all. Anyway, let's finish up with the bike, shall we? Yeah, sure. Reen and Elisa worked together to finish the rest of the bike's maintenance, and the two of them feeling somewhat awkward around each other due to their recent discovery. And upon their completion, they went to return the tools to Baron Schwarzer's study. Alright. The link level with her at level 5 is still not completed yet. But still, that's actually a, that's actually still an interesting discovery that they just put right there. Kind of makes me wonder if that was what Nihon Falcom was aiming with, in terms of the whole game's, like, canon or main continuity, was they were wanting to have Reen and Elisa be shipped from the beginning. And if that's what they were going for, and if they still stuck to that cause, but in a good way, then I'd say I have no discontent with where they were going for. But then again, this series, it does... I mean, at least this game series, Trails of Cold Steel, it does give you the opportunity to at least try and, do things a bit differently instead of having to do instead of having to go by what the developers wanted you to go by. Even the air feels clean. It's not hard to see why Yoon Kafai is so fond of this village. I hope that I'll get a chance to bring Father and Klaus here one day. We'd be happy to have them. And don't worry, I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances once the war is over. I hope so. I suppose that's another reason for us to hasten its conclusion. But I'm still at a loss as to how, though. What should we do, I wonder? She's definitely racking your brain over this. Maybe a break would do her good. Why don't we go somewhere and take a break? It's good to take a breather sometimes when you're stuck on a difficult problem. That sounds reasonable. In that case, I'd like to ask you a favor. Would you escort me to your room? What? So this is your bedroom? The decor has something of an Eastern feel to it, fitting for a former student of Yoon Kafai. Is there anything here that's particularly representative of the Eight Leaf School? I should have known. You caught me off guard when you asked to see my room, but it figures that's what you were interested in. Why would you be surprised? Oh, it's nothing. As for your question, I don't have all that much, I'm afraid. Wait, actually, I have some tea leaves Master Kafai gave to Dad a while back, I think. How about it? You up to having some green tea? Really? I'd like that very much. This has quite a refined taste indeed. It isn't my first time tasting green tea. Monica let me sample the tea served at her class's tea house during the festival. But this seems to have more depth to its flavor and fragrance. Master Coffee is a huge fan of this kind, apparently. He brought it back from the East himself. He's always bringing gifts whenever he comes to visit, so he's popular among the locals. Everyone here likes him. Really now. I've yet to have the opportunity to meet him in person, but I can easily see why he and Father get along so well. Would you happen to know where he is now? Nope, I'm afraid not. That letter I received from him during our vacation here didn't specify. He's always been something of a vagrant. He wanders the continent throughout the year, stopping off wherever he pleases. So while I couldn't tell you where he is, I'm sure he's just fine. I imagine so. If rumor is to be believed, he's as proficient with the blade as Father, if not more so. Are you worried about your dad? I am. I'm trying to avoid admitting it publicly, but it's a fact. His skill is as immense as ever, but given the various new weapons that have come into play during this war, along with other powerful warriors such as General Aurelia and the Knight from Ouroboros, yeah, I can't blame you for being a little concerned under the circumstances. Still, all we can do in the meantime is to keep going and do what we were able. So long as we keep that up, I'm sure we'll be reunited with them in due time. Maybe. No, you're right. In a sense, this is but another trial we must overcome to reach greater heights. Yeah, and I know we can overcome it so long as we're together. Alright, our link level went up with her to level 3. And we learned Powerful Strike, and Laura learned Anger. And seeing as the game told us we can actually view her second bonding event, we might as well go ahead and do that now. That tea was delicious. Thank you for allowing me to join you. Incidentally, Toval mentioned that you used to train somewhere deeper into the mountains. Is that true? Yeah, in the Isengard range. Wait, don't tell me you're planning to go up there on your own. Well, after that break, I feel like doing something more active. A walk in the crisp, snowy mountains should clear my mind just perfectly. I wouldn't mind a mountain walk. If you're really that interested, I can show you the way there. Would you? I'd be very grateful. Then we should set out at once. Might as well. Together, Reen and Laura climbed the Ymir mountain path, their destination being the canyon above. Soon after, they had arrived at the area where Reen once trained under Master Coffee. Yep, we're back at the Isengard range. Definitely seems like good training grounds, too. Seems like something you would actually see from something of an Eastern epic or something like that. Whew, I wasn't expecting the climb to be quite so lengthy. Or that far, really. You conducted your training a remarkable distance from Ymir for one so young. Yeah, we spent about a month living up here away from civilization. We trained almost every day, but even when I wasn't training, he was teaching me how to live side by side with nature. We had to catch our own food, secure a place to sleep every night. Sometimes, we'd even challenge monsters as practice. Oh my, that does sound rather harsh. You were just a boy at the time of your training, yes? I can't fault it, however. The Arcade School does have similar practices. Even when I was a child, I would often join the students in training in the mountains. I'm not surprised to hear that Arcade School's training's right up there with the 8 Leaves. I made it through in one piece, but I was completely exhausted by the end. Elise was really worried about me. She wouldn't stop crying when I'd finally come back home. That's not hard to picture. After taking a look at the scenery, there's not a doubt in my mind that training here would be a valuable exercise. Yeah, it certainly was. Standing up here and being surrounded by nature serves as a reminder of just how small and insignificant we really are. I suppose you could say the same about our swords in this war. Sorry, Laura, I'm not following. No matter how much its wielder trains, realistically, a mere swordsman stands no chance against a force of tanks or soldats. That being the case, what significance do swords even have in this war? I've been pondering this a lot lately, and I still haven't reached an answer. That's a good question. And yet, when I look around at the vast mountains surrounding us, I feel like I've been liberated from those worries. It wasn't just because she was a skilled warrior that the Lance Maiden was able to end the war of her time. That played a role, certainly, but she must have possessed numerous other qualities that contributed. Yeah, that's true. And in the same way, I'm sure there's a role that swords can play in ending this war too, even if they can't do it alone. My thoughts exactly. We simply have to find it, and as a class, I know we will. After talking for a while, they enjoyed a short mock battle against one another before returning to Ymir. And our bond with Laura strengthened once again. But we still haven't made it to Link level 4. But we did make some good bonding time with her. Now, who should we bond? We already bonded with Fee. I don't know if we bonded with... I don't think we bonded with Elliot yet, have we? I don't think we have. Could he be in the chapel? Seems like it's a good place for one of them to be. No, but Gaius is. And Gaius, we already bonded with you, but we could do another one. I figured a quiet church would be a perfect place to sit and think about what we can do. But so far, it hasn't done me much good. There has to be something we can do to help the people of Erebonia, but what? Yeah, though hopefully, whatever we decide on will help people in Nord too. There's gotta be something that only we can do that will help better people's lives. We just need to figure out what. That's about the point I'm at. Still, if we keep thinking over, I'm sure the winds and the goddess will grant us their inspiration eventually. This does seem like a pretty good place to brainstorm. Maybe I should join him for a while. You know, now that I think about it, there's someone I'd like you to meet, a friend of mine, in fact. A friend of yours? Yep, follow me, I'll introduce you. You should be in the village right now. Now that's interesting. Who would be your friend inside this place? Is this friend of yours here? I can't sense anyone. I suppose even you would have trouble sensing him, especially if you're trying to sense a person. What am I looking for if he's not a person? Ah, here he is. Snowhawk. No, just a plain hawk. I thought it was a snowhawk. Is that a hawk? Huh. Looks like the one who helped saved us from those Jaegers in Nord. The very same, in fact. He's a friend of mine who watches over the Nord Highlands from above. His name's Zio. He was named after one of the warriors who fought alongside Emperor Dreichels during the war. Scree! He looks so cool up close. But what's he doing all the way out here? Your guess is as good as mine. I spotted him on the roof of the Phoenix Wings last night. He might have followed our scent. All the way from Nord, though. That's quite the distance. I wonder why he would follow us. I wish I could say for sure. But I like to think he wants to lend us his aid. He watched us slip up a few times during our battles, so I imagine he thinks he could make things easier. Scree! I see. Well, he's already gotten us out of a bind once, and if he's got your glowing endorsement, he'll make a hell of an ally. Okay, welcome to my team, Zay. Whoa! I think he's trying to say that he has no intention of getting too friendly with us. He'll just watch over us from above like he did before, lending us his aid when he sees fit. Hey, that works too. In that case, thanks for watching our back, Zio. Scree! Aw. Nice little bird. Whoa, we're finding new allies left and right these days, aren't we? It certainly feels that way, though I bet he sees us more as weaklings in need of protection than allies. Either way, sure his support will be invaluable in the days ahead. Yeah, I don't doubt that. And I could say the same about yours. Haha, likewise. That was actually a pretty good bonding event right there. They quietly watched Zio fly off into the distance before returning to the church together. Guys learned the craft Hunter Wing earlier than he otherwise would. Oh, interesting. So, I guess some bonding events you could actually learn certain crafts a lot earlier? This craft allows him to summon Zio to do damage in a line. Ah, nice. So that probably would have showed up later had we not even seen this bonding scene. Now that's awesome. I like it. So many interesting ways that this game throws you a curveball. There's Claire, and there's... You know, we haven't really seen who's all here. Okay. So, they actually do show us who's all close by and who's all where and what. And we got 3 bonding events left, so we might as well make the best of them while we're at it. We could head back to the Phoenix Wings Inn and actually have some bonding time with a couple of our classmates. Yep, and there's Sarah right there. So, I guess one of them must be in the hot baths, or one close anyway? Oh, Eustace, we might as well bond with you while we're at it. Deciding what our class should do has proven more difficult than expected. Still, I left Berea hard so that I could make my own decisions about my life. I'll make this one for myself too. Even if the decision is yours, the burden doesn't have to be. House Alberea's problems concern every single one of us. There's no reason you need to sort all of this out on your own. We've been with you this long. That's not gonna change. Thank you, but I'm aware. I bet a break would help him clear his mind and make better decisions, so should I drag him into one? You might as well. Hey, wanna come look after Arthur with me for a bit? Who in the blazes is Arthur? Or was that the name of our family's horse? Got it in one. Since you're kind of a horse expert, I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out with him for a bit. Why not? I'd like to see him myself. Lead on. Oh, so the family horse we're gonna take a look at. Ah, yes. Looks very similar to the one we rode in Nord. This is a fine horse. It has a strong air of dignity about it, much like the young horses back at the academy. Yeah, he does. He's pretty friendly too, isn't he? He's been here since Dad took me in, so he's getting up there in years. But he's still got that same energy. Dad still takes him out hunting along with Bado. I see. I imagine his dignified appearance is a result of much experience then. He does appear to be in dire need of some exercise, however. His muscles aren't quite as defined as they should be. Wow, I'm amazed that you could tell. You're not in the riding club for nothing. He hasn't had much chance to get out and about since Dad was injured, so that's probably why. Then, if we can, I'd like to do something about that. What say you to giving him a good brushing before we take him out? I think he'd like that a lot, actually. After brushing Arthur and giving him all the care and adoration a horse could dream of, Reen and Eustace took him out onto the mountain path. Aw. He seems really happy to be out of the village. It's been quite a while since he last had the chance. So it appears. I imagine that he would rather go out hunting with his master, however. Horses are always far more comfortable with their usual rider. My family and the riding clubs are no exception. That makes sense, but with Dad's injuries, I don't think he'll be fit to go out hunting anytime soon. Speaking of the riding club, do you have any clue what's going on back at Thor's? You were the one who managed to get the bike out of there, so I figured you might know something. Mind you that I was only able to do so through the Noble Alliance. I tried to make use of my position as a member of House Alperea as best I could. Unfortunately, my authority pales in comparison to Father or Rufus's, so I'm afraid that was the most I could do. That's a shame. Still, I appreciate you trying. I really do owe you a lot, even for little things like helping me look after Arthur. I hardly think it deserves your thanks. Being my father's son, some of the responsibility for his disgraceful actions falls on my shoulders as well. I have a duty to do all within my power to atone for that to both Baron Schwarzer and Ymir's people. I'm sure your brother feels similarly, or I'm sure my brother feels similarly, even if he appears to be prioritizing his role in the Civil War at the moment. Like I said back in Bereahard, there's no reason for you to feel responsible for what happened here. I understand that you're concerned about your father and your brother, but dwelling on the past benefits no one. All we can do is keep moving forward. You do have a point. No burden out there exists that you should have to shoulder alone. Not as long as you're a member of Class 7, as long as we're together, we'll be able to carry the weight of any burden. One would think I'd be used to how our class works by now, and the Imperial nobility should show its spirit through actions over words. Exactly. We both know what we need to do. We swore it to one another when we fought that moment you came back to us. Indeed, and I fully intend to do as promised. The two continued walking along the path with Arthur a little longer, then eventually turned and descended the mountain. Of course, upon their return to Ymir, they gave him a generous helping of food before going back to the Phoenix Wings. Alright. Our bond with him went up to level 3. Very good. And we got Powerful Strike as a link ability for Reen, and art support from Eustace. Okay, we could view the second one with him, but we better get some bonding time with some others. And I'm thinking Elliot would be the next candid choice for a bonding event. And he wouldn't be here in the restaurant of this inn, sadly. Probably is up in his room. And there's Machias right there. But we already bonded with Machias. So he could be in one of the other rooms. And here I thought he would be here, but not in that room either. But he is somewhere around. Oh, there you are. Just hanging around the little lounge area here on the second floor. Sitting here brings back memories. Remember trying to lock down ideas for our concert in the middle of our trip? I guess it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like another lifetime, especially since Crow was with us then. Yeah, it really does. But it's not another lifetime, is it? It's this one. There's no reason that all of us hanging out and having fun has to stay a thing of the past. The only hard part is figuring out how to make that a reality again. Which is admittedly pretty hard, but I'm thinking of ways to make it happen. It doesn't really sound like he's getting anywhere. Maybe a break would help clear his head. Yep, spend some time with Elliot. Come on, Elliot, let's take a break. The more frustrated you get over not being able to think of anything, the less likely it is that you actually will. Yeah, I guess you're right. I know just the thing to clear my head. You used to play the lute, right? If it is still around, can we take a look at it? Ah, Reen and Elliot managed to scrounge up Reen's old lute from the darkest depths of the mansion. Instruments in hand, the two of them then headed over to the tavern. Ah. Nice. Well, we managed to get permission to play here, but I've got to say, I'm feeling pretty tense about this. Kind of almost looks like either an acoustic guitar or a ukulele that you have, not a lute. But if it's a lute, then that's what it is. Man, just thinking of you having that, Reen, definitely reminds me of that episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway, when the first game was superheroes, and Colin Mockery was the one to start off, and he was named as Tacky Shirt Man because because the shirt he was wearing, it was like one of those old Hawaiian shirts where they have a bunch of those coconut cup drinks and that kind of stuff, as well as those ukuleles and all other things that were tropical related on his shirt. And then Ryan Stiles just came up over when he was introduced. Ryan Stiles came up to him, and there was a ukulele like in the correct position for him to like play it. And he was like, "I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm sorry, I'm late." I always remember that episode. It was definitely one of the best episodes I've ever watched of that show. You know, when Drew Carey was around as the host. But anyway, let's continue. You'll be fine. Just play it like you played the guitar during the festival. One of the best things about music is that it can be made with any combination of instruments. Well, if you insist, I'll give it a go. Better to try and fail than not try at all, right? Oh, nice. And so the two started to play alongside one another. To their relief, the customers in the tavern seemed to enjoy their performance, even giving them a round of applause once it was over. Oh, that's cool. Whoa, that was actually pretty fun. See, I told you it would be fine. Not being up on a stage or having lights in your face takes off a lot of pressure, too. I sometimes used to perform like this at the concert cafe back at home. Oh, really? Still, I'm guessing it'd be even more fun if I could play half as well as you do. I don't know if I'm really as good as you make me sound, Reen. I've got a lot of practice ahead of me if I decide to pursue a career in music. Emphasis on the quote-unquote if. That's right. Your dad's finally given you permission to go through with it if you want. Have you started giving it any serious thought yet? Yeah, a bit. Not that I'm getting anywhere. I'm happy to have his approval, but it's still not a decision I can make lightly. It's probably silly to even be thinking about it now. I mean, we need to focus on getting through this war first. Not at all. There's nothing wrong with giving thought about your future when you can. You're right that You're right that it's something you can't take lightly, and it's still hard to tell how things will be after the war ends. But if pursuing a life of music is what you decide to do in the end, you've got my full support, too. Not just your dad's. Thanks, Ree. Right now, we need to focus on our future as a class. Once the war's over, then we can start living for the future. Yeah, you're right. Like true BFFs to the very end. Because, aside from Elisa, Elliot was the first male that Reen met at Trista when they were having their orientation at the academy, or like their welcoming ceremony. To thank Gerald for letting them perform there, Reen and Elliot helped clean up the tavern. Once they were finished, they happily walked back to the Phoenix Wings. And our bond went out with him to level 3 that time. Alright. Alright. Thank you so much, Reen. Let's see. Probably go to the, shop. Actually, we haven't even bonded with Milliam either. So, let's just get out of here and we'll actually go bond with Milliam for the time being. And see how she's doing. I think there was a double bond that we could have done with her and Claire in the previous rest day, but we decided not to. I'm super bored, so I'm thinking I might check out the souvenir shop. What kind of stuff do you think they've got over there? Think it's cool? We're about to have a major discussion about our class's future. How can you be bored? Okay, don't answer that. But you could at least brainstorm something to contribute to the discussion. Nope. You know I'm never gonna come up with anything, and no matter what you decide, it doesn't change things for me. One way or another, Lammy and I are gonna keep fighting with you guys. You just pick a path and we'll bust it open. Good to know. but we do value your opinions, so you might want to think things over. Maybe looking at some souvenirs would help clear my head. Tell you what, why don't I join you? I've been there tons of times, so you know I'll be able to recommend something nice. Really? You're the best, Reen. Okay, let's go, go, go! Still funny that you're wearing shorts at a place like this, when it's so cold and it's winter time. But then again, you probably could say that more about Fee, as she's barely almost semi-nude at this point with what she's wearing. Man, there really is a bunch of unusual stuff here. Pretty good selection for a place smack dab in the boonies. That's partly thanks to Master Kafat. He always brings things when he comes to visit. Like those manju, for example. They're a confectionery item from the east that have been tweaked a bit. Whoa, they look really good. You think Lecter would like them? Oh, so he's the one you're buying a souvenir for? You got it. He brought me a little Mishi strap when he was over in Crossbell, so I want to get him something too. I kind of want it to be something he can always keep with him over something that's gonna go bad like food, though. That's a good point. I thought he was missing, though. No one's heard from him since he was in Crossbell, right? Yeah, well, I'm sure he's fine. I mean, he's Lecter. It'd take more than a ward to finish him off. Claire and I survived, so I can't imagine he wouldn't. He's just gonna show up one day like, hi, and that'll be it. Well, at least you trust him, I guess? Then again, that makes sense. I mean, you Ironbloods probably think of each other like siblings, right? Or, I don't know. Do you? Though, if that's the case, that makes Chancellor Osborne your dad? Maybe? Don't know. I've never really thought about it. Especially with Gramps. I've got siblings, sure, but hard to say if someone feels like a parent when you never had one. What? What does she mean, she's never had any parents? I wonder what's gonna happen to us Ironbloods now, though. Claire's got her job in the RMP that she can do even without Gramps around. But without him there to give me orders and all my old missions finished, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, really. I'm not needed as a piece on his game board anymore. Don't think like that, Milliam. Or let me say this, even if you are not needed on some game board, you are needed by us. And not as a piece, you're needed as a very important classmate. And friend. Really? I can't tell you what you should do with your life from here on. But what I can tell you is that we're here for you. And even if you don't know what to do with yourself now, I'm sure you'll figure things out eventually, with or without us. Huh. Maybe you're right. I do feel kind of sticking with you guys will help me figure something out. And speaking of figuring stuff out, I'm buying a manju. My stomach's gurgling just looking at it. Are you supposed to be buying a souvenir for Lecter? Well, whatever. She seems happier now, and I guess that's what matters most. Ah, that's good to know. Reen bought Milliam a Ymir manju, which she scarfed down in typical Milliam fashion as they left the shop. And our bond with Milliam strengthened. And we went to level 3 with her. Nice. And we have powerful strike and counterattack with the Link abilities. Okay, our bonding with everybody for this day has seemed to reach a conclusion, but before we do anything else, we might as well go ahead and try the next snowboarding track. The A3 course. The level 3 course, that is, and there are 19 target flags, but we need 18 to pass. Let's see how it goes. A little more Final Fantasy VII snowboarding. But wait a minute. Did that just appear? Oh, I was just gonna say, did those boards appear out of nowhere? Oh, geez. We are not making precious time with trying to get some of those flags. Man. And we just missed a flag. No perfect for us there. But hey, we could try again, can't we? Dang. But we are almost finished, though. Man, we still got a ways to go. A little bit. But as long as we make our goal, that we should be able to get through it all. Get through the worst of it, at least. Oh, man, this is cutting it close. Ooh, just by a split second. But we did beat our target goal, so we did clear it. Oh, man. Nice work. There was some expert level course, too. Well, here's your prize. Go ahead and take it. So we got passion leggings. Oh, and take this, too. It's a new board that's gotten real popular among the youngsters. Oh, a purple dotted board. And select board on the course menu is now available. The difference between boards is purely cosmetic, so feel free to choose based on personal preference. Oh, okay, so just basically cosmetic appearance. And I'll be sure to keep the courses well maintained. If you feel like boarding again, just come on by. I certainly will. See you then. Alright. Alright, so we're done with all the bonding events and some nice little time together with our classmates. So if anything, I'd say let's go ahead and head back and we'll actually progress the story forward even further. Because we need to go into the afternoon bit. Yes, we need to get the main story to advance, and we already expended our bonding event points. So, let's get that story continuing on. Eventually, the clock struck 12. One by one, Class 7 began to make their way to the Phoenix Wings cafeteria. And once they had all gathered, they jumped right into discussing what they are going to do from that point forward. And 7,000 Mira overall for completing that.
Oh, you went up a rank.
Nice, we went up to B1.
Here's a little something from the guild.
Oh, hey! Not to mention, too, that we're already just 1 point above that rank, too, so we just made it to the top point of the B rank, so now it's going to be the more ambidextrous task to get up towards the top of the game with the A rank, but that's going to be cutting it close within this overall game. But anyway, we received Dragon Vein as a perk for reaching rank B3, or from increasing to B3. And then we increased to B2, which is the Braveheart, and then we got to B1, which is Invigorate as a perk.
Nice work. This ain't half bad.
Huh, we got to the A rank that time. Okay, cool, I'll take it. But, it's meeting time with everybody.
I've thought long and hard about it, and I think we as a class need to find a third way. A path of our own, separate from the ones the reformist and noble factions are taking.
A third way, you say? I do agree. It wouldn't feel quite right for us to directly support either side.
True. We might be military academy students, but we're still students.
Involving ourselves in a civil war isn't something we should take lightly. We might have a divine knight on our side, but we're still going to need to be very careful how we proceed.
Whatever we do, Valimar will certainly be at the center.
No doubt. We've all seen how powerful the Divine Knights are. If we use them right, we can intervene in the war as much as we want.
They're quite literally beings of legend. However, his potential influence on the war is all the more reason why he will need to be used cautiously.
What are we gonna do then? Even if we agree on not siding with either of the factions, I'm pretty sure each of us have different stuff we want to do, and different things that we have to do too.
Yeah, that's true. For my part, I need to rescue Elise and Princess Alphen from the Noble Alliance's clutches. Whether it's alone or with you guys, it's something I'll do.
There's no way you'll be alone for that. We're with you all the way. I'm concerned about Dad too, what with them having him under arrest.
I still can't get in contact with Fiona either. I'm glad I was able to see Dad, but I'm worried about her.
For me, I'm worried about Ruhr as a whole. It's a huge relief to see you're alright, Sharon, but Mother's still unaccounted for.
I'm sorry I can't do more to comfort you, my lady.
And I have no idea where Father's been for the past month. I'm certain he must be well, but all the same.
We're all worried about our families, I see. Hopefully, we can find some information on all of them before the fighting gets any more fierce.
I'm certainly not worried about the safety of mine. Although, suffice it to say, if we choose to intervene in the war, conflict with them is all but inevitable.
That goes for Zeno and Leo, too. They've been hired by the Noble Alliance, so I'd say it's likely we'll run into them in the future. Plus, Emma and I still need to talk to Vita to see what exactly she's trying to do. To figure out what's so important to her that she was willing to break a taboo to do it.
That's true.
Whatever you decide to do, you'll have my full support. Just as the warriors of Nord did 250 years ago, I'm determined to fight to protect my second homeland, and those who live within it.
Oh, same! We can do this! I can back him up, right, Claire?
How could I say no? I have my own duties to take care of as part of the Railway Military Police, but I fully intend to support all of you with everything I have.
I'm thinking it's about time I return to helping the guild, actually. But I'll still be in touch with Sarah, so I'm sure I can lend a hand or two anytime you need it.
Naturally, I'd be overjoyed to continue serving as your dormitory's caretaker.
I'm your instructor, so you're stuck with me to the very end. Whatever you choose to do, you'll have my support. You're going to need to decide on a more specific course of action, though. Resolving to find a third way is a start, but only a start. It also leaves plenty of questions that need to be answered on top of it all.
Well, then how about this? Let's figure out right now whether or not we want to keep using Ymir as our base of operations.
Just so we're clear on this, there's a limit to how many people can use the Spirit Path at any one time. And with as many people as we have now, I'm not sure how useful it's going to be at this point.
And we're limited on how frequently we can use it.
Oh, right. But we're also just as limited on where we can go otherwise. We haven't exactly been the most subtle group around. Who's to say we could even operate elsewhere?
An astute point. The Noble Alliance will no doubt be even more wary of us than before.
In the end, no matter what we decide, we lose.
Indeed. Yet we're short on time, so a decision must be made now.
There's gotta be something that only we can do.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I know it exists. And I'm sure that we'll find it. The best thing we can do now is keep talking things out until we find a way. There's no point in rushing into a decision.
Well, doesn't this look fun?
What the?
Mind if I join in?
What in the world?
It couldn't be.
Vita Clotilde.
Vita?
It's lovely to see you again, Emma. You were finally able to reunite with all of your classmates. I'm happy for you. Really, I am. The goddess was on your side after all,
Cut the crap, Vita. Have you been listening in all this time?
Where are you? I'm not far at all. Listen closely now.
That sounds just like...
Is that...
It's coming from above us!
Oh, looks like this is gonna be trouble that's gonna brew. Oh boy, yep. The main airship.
Isn't that the Noble Alliance Force's flagship?
What's the Pantagruel doing here?
Damn it! I didn't think she'd tell the rest of their army where we were.
But why now?
Why? Because our preparations are finally complete.
Vita!
Vita, you're here. Yes, I am here, in the flesh. Good day to you all, Class 7. As nice as it would be to finally give you a hug, Emma, I wouldn't want to keep our guest of honor waiting any longer. So, without further ado,
Oh boy. Is that Crow? Yes, it is.
Can't be. Isn't that the Azure Knight? Crow.
Ordine, the Azure Knight.
Long time no see, guys. Sorry for dropping in on you like this, but I'm sure you know the drill by now. You ready to have some fun?
Is that really you, Crow?
There's no doubt about it.
See, you damn terrorist.
Come on!
Right. Heed my call! Valimar!
So we're going up against Ordine? Oh, looks like this is the rematch. And it looks like it's probably going to be the same as the previous battle. But still, you're on the grounds of Ymir.
I'm not gonna lose this time, because at the end of the day, he's just an obstacle that needs to be overcome. So lend me your power, Valimar!
Very well. Use my power as you see fit.
You've really taken to piloting since your last encounter, haven't you? I was hoping you would, and you didn't let me down. You boys have so much potential. But potential is only that. Potential. And you, Reen, might want to reevaluate just how many obstacles need overcoming.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. My goodness. Who would have thought?
This is bad. Aren't those the Alliance's allies?
Long time no see, kiddos. You doing all right, Fee?
I see the purple lightning has joined your ranks.
Zeno. Leo.
Zephyr!
And a few members of Ouroboros, too. Guess all the big guys wanted a piece of us today.
And look, Sammy's here too.
Kindly stop referring to Clown Soleus with that bizarre nickname.
Ah, it's such a pleasure to visit this wintry wonderland once again.
Oh, it's a pleasure, all right. The time for my long-awaited revenge has finally come. Now you shall pay!
It's only been 2 days since you first fought them, you know.
This could pose a problem. Why send so many powerful allies here? And all at once?
You've proven to be rather formidable adversaries after all. It wouldn't do to underestimate you.
Rufus.
Rufus!
I'm pleased to see you all again, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. As for you, dear brother, I was told that you'd run away from home. It does my heart good to see you safe and sound. So, you've finally gathered up the will to make the difficult choices life set at your feet, I presume. Even if those choices place you in my line of fire?
Yes, I have.
Can't believe he's shown up too.
The Noble Alliance is pulling out all the stops to finally get rid of us, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Reen, we'll take care of everything here. You and Valimar have your own battle to fight.
Are you sure?
We're in for a real brawl out here, but a guy couldn't ask for better opponents.
Leave the battle on the ground to us.
We've no intention of backing down without a fight. Wait, Sharon!
I know they're all strong, but still.
Well, what do you say we get started?
Here he comes!
Yep. It's all a battle. The battle rages on.
I'm impressed. You managed to hold your own better than I expected you to. It's only been a month or so, but you've really grown as an Awakener, Reen.
Well, it's hard to go through the kinds of things I have without growing from the experience. And now that I've done all that, I'm going to be the one who takes you down.
No, you're not. I said you could hold your own, not that you could win. Remember, there's still a 3-year gap's worth of experience between us. And it's time you realize just how much of an impact that gap has.
That's enough, Crow!
That doesn't mean jack squat.
Do they really stand a chance?
Well, they're putting up a good fight so far, but...
Yeah, it's not looking good. They're outnumbered, for one thing.
Then it's time we lent them our aid.
Agreed. Weapons at the ready, guys.
Uh-oh.
Always in a rush, aren't you? Stay right where you are. I'll serve as your opponent today.
You will?
Trying to stop us from joining in?
I'd rather our intrusion cause as little inconvenience as possible for the people of this village. I'll let you make the first move. It's been quite some time since I last instructed you in fencing uses. I look forward to seeing how you've improved.
So we're actually fighting against him?
His guard's perfect.
Stay alert. Rufus is a master of court fencing. We'll need to put all we have into this battle to even stand a chance against him.
I would have it no other way.
Huh, select who will participate in the battle. But Rufus needs to be in this fight, nevertheless. And this might be a good spot to have all of our... have our people who we have at a strong level to give us a lending hand as well. Okay, so let's work this out. So go ahead and confirm. But we will need to put our Arcus units together.
Show me what you're capable of.
Right.
Let's see. Link with Laura. Yeah, and let's give it a good performance. So yeah, I thought we were gonna play as Reen and he was gonna go up against Ordyne, but no, we're actually going up against Rufus. I didn't even know that was possible.
Right.
I wonder if we can get down half of his hit points. If we can, then that should leave us at a pretty good advantage. But only one way to find out.
Your end is sure.
I think that was a bit too premature to believe in that, but I think what it is that even if we can get down at least half of his hit points, from what I read, or most of it anyways, then we should be able to get in some extra AP in this fight.
This is my secret weapon. Charging orbital energy. Judgment arrow!
If we can, but I can't say for sure that that will be the case. Even if we can, then that is a crapshoot.
Light.
Ouch.
Predictable.
Leave
it to me.
Man. You know what? This might even be a good chance for us to actually do so. You... Might as well get everybody healed. The strongest ones, at least. To use the,
My turn.
And a Zerum capsule for Laura, too. Since you are strong.
You have my thanks.
Alright. Let's see if we can actually get in some strong attacks this time on Rufus. Even if we defeat him, wouldn't that be, like... wouldn't we just pretty much have, you know, broken the boundaries of this fight? Because I think the game makes it very certain that they don't actually want us to win. From what I read, anyways. But even if we defeat him, I wonder if that will actually give us a lot of experience points, too. That is quite a thought.
This is my secret weapon. Target orbital energy. Judgment arrow.
Dang.
Show your strength.
But I'm pretty sure this is going to be the coup de grace on his part to finish us off all in one fell swoop. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? That was pretty insane for him to use that ability. Looks like he can use it an infinite amount of times without even, you know, needing to break a sweat. Yeah, so it looks like this story battle, it was kind of inevitable for us to actually win against him. Yep, it was inevitable. I would have thought. But we did get our AP increased by 3 in that fight.
Well, I won't deny that was an entertaining diversion. But you do well to intensify your training regimen if you hope to best me.
How is he so strong?
You didn't stand a chance.
He might even be stronger than Sarah.
Are you guys okay? Hey, you really think you've got time to be worrying about them? You ain't getting out of this one, Green.
All right, bring it on! It's time to settle this, Crow!
Bring it on!
Alright, the rematch.
This will be a tough one. Be careful.
Yeah, it will be tough, but I'm not gonna back away from this. Was it the arms I got first? Nope. Or was it the head? Nope. It was something. Okay, so it was the body. What? Oh, come on. That's jerkish. That is jerkish. Very jerkish. Crafts. We can't even do anything with, you know, evades. Go ahead and defend.
Darkness.
Okay, should be able to get his arms now. But no, that's still not it. Man, I'm a little rusty right now.
This is bad.
Well, yeah, since he has that so many hit points on him. Yeah, he's not really taking any unbalances at hand, rather. Yeah, he's not gonna be unbalanced. Oh, I know I can. How about I, Oh, wait a minute, I need 90 for that. Holy crap. But I might as well go ahead and heal my hit points while I'm at it.
Bring it on!
Darkness.
Get your unbalanced efficiency in with the arms. Man, he doesn't really unbalance, does he? You figure he would. Man. About to say, where am I going wrong with this fight? But yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. But then again, this is probably a storied battle. Fine, I'll just do it this way. Ouch.
This is bad.
Well, yeah, no kidding.
Darkness.
Man, you hit hard.
Hey, are you okay?
But yeah, we weren't able to win that fight either. It's kind of inevitable.
Settled enough for you?
Didn't even bother to use that trump card of yours.
He wasn't even trying last time, then was he?
Come on. With the way you are now, I don't even need to try. I'll always win. And that ring perfectly illustrates just how massive the gulf between us is. Maybe you think you've had it tough up till now, but you're gonna need to go through a hell of a lot more if you want to even the odds.
I see the battle here has come to an end.
Oh, hey Vita.
I can't help but feel a little bummed that everything went exactly as I thought it would. Still, it just goes to show how much faith I have in your skills, my sweet Azure Chevalier.
Funny, I don't recall ever becoming yours. How's everything up top?
I think it's only a matter of time before the battle is decided. But we've caused enough trouble for the people of Ymir already. It's about time we brought this to a close. Finestrum Phantasma window.
What is going on? Oh. I'm about to say, don't.
My apologies for not coming down to speak with you in person, ladies and gentlemen of Thor's Military Academy. You know who I am, of course, but I am Duke Cayenne, ruler of the Lemaire province and supreme leader of the Noble Alliance.
Duke Cayenne?
So even the big guy himself is here.
I must say, what a curious group we have here. I'd heard as much, but allow me to extend my most heartfelt congratulations. My expectations have thoroughly been exceeded.
High-level cutscene animation. Yeah, I bet.
When I saw young Eustace and Laura in Legram earlier this year, I could never have imagined this is how we would next meet. Oh, I'm sure your parents must have warned you against wandering off with such disreputable individuals on a number of occasions. But I suppose every child thinks that they alone know what is best for themselves. Duke Alberea was simply livid about what happened. But it can't hurt to learn more about the outside world,
Everywhere that leaves his mouth is condescending.
Did you come all the way here just to tell us that?
Don't be silly, child. Reen Schwarzer. I had this meeting arranged because I wanted to speak with you. Perhaps the method was a touch too garish for something so simple, but do forgive me for not formally requesting an audience.
With me?
With you. Allow me to get right to the point. I wish to invite you, Ashen Chevalier, aboard our flagship.
Wait, why?
I've heard all about your magnificent exploits across the land, and so I thought it would be nice to sit down and have a long, pleasant chat with you about the past, the present, as well as your future.
Are you suggesting... You want Reen to join the Noble Alliance?
Should you accept my invitation, we will withdraw peacefully from Ymir. Furthermore, I give you my personal assurance that we will leave this village alone for the duration of this war. A fine proposition, is it not? Are we interested?
Very well. Allow me to accept your invitation.
Don't be an idiot! This is clearly a trap! They wouldn't come all the way out here and take you into their flagship if it weren't.
I appreciate your concern. A trap or not, this might be a good chance for us, too. I think I'd regret it if I let it pass. Bellamar, transport Celine back outside.
Are you certain?
Now hold it right there!
Don't worry about me. The odds were against all of us getting back together, but we did it. And I'm sure we can do it again, too. So just wait with Emma for now. I'll be back before you know it. Bellamar, if you would.
Very well.
Wait!
Oh boy.
It seems the time has come for us to part ways once again. But remember this. You're an Alberea. There is power and dignity in that name, to whatever end you would use it. I want you to prove that the convictions you cling to are worthy of your loyalty. Not for my benefit, but for yours.
Wait!
Lord Rufus!
Well met, Lord Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to see you again. Allow me to extend my apologies for the harm my father visited upon this town and its people.
Never mind that. What do you intend to do with my son? And what is a promising young man like yourself?
We're simply going to borrow young Reen for a short while. There's nothing to worry about. I'm a busy man these days, though, so for now, I bid you adieu.
Oh, God.
Reen! We all finally got back together, too. Why?
Sorry, but I'll be back, I promise. So stay safe.
Reen! Reen!
What a twist. Yep, so we just finally went through Act 1 in its entirety. Man, that was knee-deep in just... whoa. But there's gotta be more to it. As to why he ended up... or as to why he's going into the Noble Alliance's fortress, but we just don't know what it is yet. But we got to 99 AP points. But, yeah, that completes Act 1, finally, so we got through the entirety of that act. And I think it was a good spot, too, that we managed to get that far. But, if anything, I'd say this is probably a good time for me to where I can go ahead and close off tonight's episode. And, yeah, and about high time, too, because we did get in a lot more... stuff in for that episode alone, and I figure now would probably be a good time to, you know, rest things up and be back tomorrow when we'll start Act 2 with fresh feelings. So, for those of you watching, I hope you really enjoyed this episode as much as I did, and I definitely had a lot of fun playing through more of Trails of Cold Steel 2 with you guys. And hopefully when we get started with Act 2, or when we go through the entirety of Act 2, it will definitely lead us to some very interesting... you know, revelations that are going to occur within the story. Thanks for streaming. Peace out, playa. Well, thank you, Yelzap, and thank you very much for joining in on tonight's stream as well. Greatly appreciate it. So, in the meantime, guys, if you like what you see, then be sure to hit that follow button right above the video player, so that way you're notified of whenever I go live with my live streams. Also, if you like me as a content creator, you can follow me on youtube.com/RRPGreviews, and you can also follow me on facebook.com/RRPGreviews, as that's my Facebook fan page, and you can follow me on twitter.com/RRPGreviews, as that is my Twitter page. And make sure that you're following me on those two social media sites, so that way you'll stay up to date with whenever I go live and whenever I, end up having news in regards to my live streams, in case if I need to delay a live stream, or if I cancel a live stream and postpone it for another day and that kind of stuff. Because getting those announcements from me will make you, be on the safe side and realize that, hey, I want to get this, hey, it's a good idea to stay in touch with, following both those social media sites, so that way you'll know, in case something goes on wrong with my schedule. And also, be sure to follow 16-Bit Jeff and Fighter Chaos, as well as our collab group called the Geek Fighters through here on Twitch, by following 16-Bit Jeff's Twitch page, which is twitch.tv/16bitjeff, Fighter Chaos's Twitch page, which is twitch.tv/fighterchaos, and the Geek Fighters Twitch page, which is twitch.tv/thegeekfighters. And also, if you want to visit our Discord server and join it, we do have one that you can join us anytime, here and now. All you need to do is scroll below the video player of what you see, and you should be able to find the Twitch page, which is right down below the video player, and including all the tabs which I told you about, where you can find me and my social media sites, and as well as the YouTube page and all that other good stuff. So you all have yourselves a very good morning, a great afternoon, or even a pleasant evening. But for the most part, you have yourselves a very, very fantastic day. So I need to get off here and go to bed, since it's already getting late, and join me back tomorrow night as we will get started with Act 2 with Trails of Cold Steel 2 on the PC. I was going to say the PlayStation 3, but we're playing the PC version. But anyway, guys, you take care of yourselves, and I just want to end off by saying Godspeed and game on, gamers. Peace out.